Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. So today we got the beta, we're going to go through a little bit of the ships and stuff like that. Basically in the comment section it just ended up being like show me every bloody ship in the game. So I'm going to do that, but I have already recorded this once and I did all the ships I owned and it was really long. So I'm re-recording. And I'm just going to break it up so the videos aren't... it was like an hour and a half, 2 hour long video. So I'm just going to break it up and just do frigates and then destroyers and then so on and so forth. And just drop those every other day or something like that as I edit them. So yeah. First off though, the graphics are a lot better, even on the map and stuff. The colours and stuff pop a bit more. It's a bit easier to sort of see what's going on, especially if you're at wars and stuff. The teal colours and stuff are like quite a bit more obvious. And the resources are definitely a little bit easier to sort of see and sort of work out where you want to position your bases and outposts and all that good stuff, which is like a nice little bonus added feature that they didn't mention that I noticed anyway, although it could just be me and mine playing tricks on me. Otherwise, let's jump in, let's have a look. I will start off with frigates. I'll do frigates, destroyers, and then when I do carriers, I'll also cover fighters and corvettes in the same video, because that sort of makes a bit more sense to me and should hopefully break these up so they're not tedious long videos and a bit boring, because at the end of the day it is just showing off some pretty graphics. So let's have a look at the Noma. As you can see, the Noma has it. In general, it's like a detail update, so you can see a lot more detail on the ships here. The textures are normally better. On the Noma, I think it's either got the short end of the stick or it's not applied, because I don't notice too much different, and some of these graphics are definitely a wee bit blurry around. So I don't know if the Noma got touched or not, because some parts are great. You know, these bits with the hangers, you can see there's no blur on the textures around here, and the detail's quite noticeable. But in other parts, you can see it's not made much of a difference. The turrets as well, you can see, are definitely different. So my theory here is the Noma hasn't been gone over yet. I don't know how many ships have not been included. I haven't gone through them. Well, I have gone through them all, obviously, because I recorded them all. But I'm not sure which ships have been included and which ships have not. Due to the fact that the hangars look very different, I'm curious to see if this is kind of like an asset that is across multiple ships, and that's why that looks different to the rest of the Noma. And it could be that they've done like parts of ships, so maybe ships are actually set up in parts. So you have the hangars, and that's a part, and then whenever they're building these ships and creating these ships, they take that same hangar and they just stick it onto other ships, which would make sense from a development perspective. It shortens development times and stuff like that, and obviously it's good for the, you know, the art guys as well, because you can see here again the hangars here also highly like much better textures on them. It's not a blurred texture like this. The level of detail is far higher. So this is what I'm thinking anyway. So we'll go through all the frigates and we'll see which ones they've done or not. So the Xeno, as we can see, it's a bit better here. Some of the textures, again, not great, but this whole section here has definitely been done up. This texture not. There is a bug here, as you can see, with the bridge on the Xeno. I'll show you, this is the upgraded Xeno. This is at max. I've also got a base Xeno I can show off. But you can see here the bridge is definitely, you know, it's got that graphics, like the extra graphics, and some of this part here has as well. But you can see back here that it's all blurred. So I'm thinking parts of this ship haven't been done or passed completely through their thing. Again, this is betas, so this is all, you know, going to change. But the bridge is floating. Yeah, there's a giant hole here that's not supposed to be here. Not quite sure what's gone on there, to be honest. I mean, if you can see, if you like angled a bit, you can see, you know, you're glitching through graphics and stuff there and stuff. The UAVs have been done though, which is quite nice, and they look very shiny. I always thought it's weird that they don't take the base color of the ship when you change it. It does make it a bit awkward putting, graphics on the Xeno because, the wings aren't, the UAVs aren't done. But the UAVs have seen a pass, so that's quite nice. Something also to note is all of the engines, all the thruster trails have all been changed. They all look very pretty, and you can see a bit more detail on thrusters now, which is nice. So you can see like thruster placement a bit better and stuff like that, which is really cool. I quite like that. So that's the upgraded Xeno at V2, and here we can see the base Xeno. It actually looks better on base, so it might just be the fact that the at V2 when you've maxed it, it changes to like the older graphics. So it could be that being an issue here, because as you can see, all the detail on like pretty much most of the ship is nice and clear now. There is no blurry textures anywhere or anything like that. Got the nice little thrusters and stuff going on. I really like this round bit. I don't know why. It's just quite a nice like change, because everything's quite square on this ship, and you've got a nice round bit at the front, and the round bits here just breaks up the ship hull a bit. And obviously the UAVs look great, but again, as you can see, this time the command bridge is completely floating. Like, yeah, it's not attached to this ship at all. I need to bug report that. I keep forgetting. I'll get around to that at some point. So there you go. That is the Xeno. The Mer S. I'm just going to give up on the names that I know I just can't pronounce. I'm just going to call them, Mer S, Mer T, and stuff like that. So we got some nice shiny purple and blue thrusters here. And you got this nice double ring sort of effect going on. It looks really, really cool. Loads of detail going on. You can definitely see, these parts are separated on the ship because you can look through them at different angles. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, tell you what, I actually quite like the look of this ship now. Like the curved edges and stuff, and the fact that it's all just like really clean looking. It's just a really nice looking ship. So, there you go. There is the Mer S. I don't have the other variants. I don't believe they change too much in like physical form. Obviously, you get the hangars here with the anti-aircraft one, because they come with UAVs, don't they, or something like that? Is it UAVs? I can't even check. The Ruby. So, there's the base Ruby. I believe my Ion's max, so I can show that one off. It is pretty shiny looking ship, in my opinion. I quite like the skin on it, even though the skin's a little bit Christmassy with the green and red. But yeah, not bad. Again, thruster trails. It's cool thruster placement on this ship, actually. Quite a cool idea. I like it. And again, we've got the bridge down the bottom. I believe the bridge is down the bottom on this ship anyway. Command. Yeah, no, it is that. So, we then have the Ion. I won't show off the Siege, or I might quickly show this Siege, but as you can see, this is maxed out. We're at V2.13 on here, or V2.16, sorry, on this ship. So we have got it maxed. And again, somewhere during the process of going to V2, you can see that this texture is now blurry, so I don't know if it's just because it's got stretched out, because this does get bigger, or if it's because it reverts back to the original the original version of the game where the graphics aren't quite as high. Because again, some parts are completely fine, which obviously haven't changed between the two versions, max and normal. Quick look at the Siege again. Looks pretty much the same as the Railgun, and you can see here the graphics aren't. They are a little bit blurry. It could be the skin. So yeah, maybe I'm just talking out my ass. Reliet. I think my stealth version's maxed here, so I can show that off and maxed as well. And yeah, it's a cool design. It does look like a floating gun. I'm not a fan. The thing that really annoys me, Reliet, is this bit. This kind of like spoiler on the back. I don't know why, I just don't like it. I mean, I like the little, what looks like a radar. I don't know if radar would even work in space, but I mean, I guess it technically would, but then, you know, you got the whole 3 dimensions and stuff to deal with. Interesting. I wonder if anyone knows that. If you know anything about, would radar work in space because of the 3 dimensions? Let me know in the comments. So, nice little triangular thruster emplacement with 4 triangles, which is quite cool. And yellow thruster. Oh, red if you zoom out. Red trails on it. I wonder if that's because of the skin. Should we drop the skin quick? Yeah, no, it's still red. Just a happy coincidence that the ship goes white to red and has red thrusters. So there you go. That is the standard Reliant. The base Reliant, torpedo, the energy version. Again, nothing really changes between these until you max it. And here is the maxed on the stealth. Got the addition of these little bits up here and stuff. And again, some additions down at the front here and along the side. I believe this gets extended out. And this little bit here comes forward. But yeah, no. So you can see here that actually that this is all done and looks good with the maxed version. Yeah, cool looking ship. I do like the Max V2. It's a little less like a flying gun, a little bit fatter. We then have the Carillion. So, as you can see, zoomed right in, we've got a lot more detail going on around the front end section here and around down here and up this section, the midsection of the ship. There's just generally just a lot more detail going on. Really cool looking ship. Oh, really cool to see all the changes anyway. Cannon looks huge on the Reliant, doesn't it? It's a shame it's got no damage, really. Heavy cannon as well. You obviously, at the front, you have the railgun. So the front section's changed here. Again, plenty of detail going on here that you can see now thanks to the update or the beta. I'm not sure still when they're going to drop this into like full use. And the special, because I have it maxed. So you can see here, it's a little bit fatter. And again, still looks great. Is this floating bridge as well? Is that how it just looks on the... Yeah, no, it is like a floating bridgey sort of thing. So, Carillion, we have the Mer N. Someone did mention they wanted to see the toilet in high definition. So here you are. This is the toilet. It generally still looks like a toilet. It definitely looks a lot more like a... Like, with the addition of, like, the higher fidelity in the graphics, you can see a bit more distinctly all the parts and stuff. It definitely looks like it's a bit more a lot more high-tech. Because, you know, you got these poles with the lights on, and you got poles down the front, and you're guessing they're probably some kind of communication between the ship and the UAVs, or something like of that nature. So there you go. Something I didn't realise is this hangar actually does change between one of the ship types. I think it's the anti-ship. The anti-air version. We'll show that off quickly. Yeah, pretty cool. Need to remember to check this. If it's all purple on all Jupiter ships, all red on... I can't remember who makes Reliant now. They're not Nova. Aren't Reliants Jupiter? And the anti-aircraft type, again, pretty much the same, except you can see the hangar is vertical here instead of horizontal, which is a bit interesting. So, there is the Mer Nubium. We then have the Mer Tranquilatus. Mer T. And yeah, loads of detail going on, especially down that midsection where it's got this outer armor plating. You can like properly see down there now, which is kind of cool. And there's some bits and pieces you can probably pick out in there. Obviously got these weird little like sort of radar domes going on. And yeah, really cool. Again, really cool thruster emplacement on this ship. Looks good if you zoom out a little bit. You've got these purple thruster trails coming out and all that good stuff. And yeah, the missile pods on the down the side, really cool. Interestingly, they've got these like what look like sort of rocket pods on like a turret base. I don't think they actually are. Is it part of the cross-launching system? No, it's not. The cannons on the top are. So I wonder what the these little searchlight / rocket pod things are actually supposed to be. That are down on this side. You've got 4 on this side, 4 on the other. Maybe like laser targeting for the missiles. That's a possibility. I don't believe anything really changes between the pulse cannon variant. Obviously you got the change in the turrets up top. You've got these cool looking pulse turrets. And again, this is one of the only ships that actually does some AA, which is interesting. And then you have the anti-aircraft type, which is just anti-aircraft missiles, if I remember rightly. So nothing really changes here between this and the base. Last but not least, the FG-300, everyone's favourite ship. Well, I mean, everyone's got it, right? Must be their favourite. So, loads of detail changes on this. Like, if you look down the side where the armour gaps, and then you have all this internal piping and stuff going on with these rooms, and there's like so much more detail there because it was completely blurred before. You've obviously got details on the armor now popping as well, which is really nice to see. Cannons look fantastic. It's a shame the FG-300 is kind of like just outclassed in every way as a frigate. I mean, I guess you can build 15 of them, so that's kind of useful. The Recon's useful, I guess, as well, because it is a really cool looking ship. A little bit lopsided, but I like asymmetry on spaceships because you don't technically need symmetry in space. It's not like you've got any resistances to deal with. And thruster at the back are blue. Yeah, blue on this ship. Very cool. Unfortunately, don't have a max one of these to show you because the max FG-300s do look wicked. So there you go. Again, nothing really changing. I guess with the armor version, you have the extra armor plates dropping around the place, which is quite cool to see. Obviously, you lose a cannon for that, though. Don't personally like running the armored types. Not that I run any FG-300s anymore, bar Recons, and the Recon is more or less the same as the base. So there we go. That is the frigates. I will go off now probably and record at least the destroyers, and I'll get these all edited out to you. Hopefully this one will drop today, if not tomorrow. But you don't know when that will be because you don't know when I've recorded this. So there you go. That is the frigates. I will do all of them, and I will keep it classed like this because otherwise this video may go on too long. This is already 18 minutes, so you can imagine when I recorded the whole thing, it was just, yeah, it was too long. So have a good one, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.